Time to do a podcast. What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Quack Shack podcast. If you follow us on Instagram, we're starting another tour.
Another year.
Partnering up with Gator Waders to start the migration tour. And what a place, we'll get to that in a minute, but what a place to get it started, right? But we're going to go around to some outfitters that are associated with the brand Gator Waders, some of the big influencers and brand partners, and maybe some internal stuff too. But we had such a good time last year on the tour. We figured, why not do it again?
Try it again.
We had some opportunities, and I mean, most of you know, I'm sure, I work for Gator Waders now, and it kind of just made sense to do it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And we've been wearing Gator Waders for
stuff since
2016,
yeah,
so it kind of just made sense, and it's so far it's been great. I mean, we're just barely starting, but
we're on the first stop.
A lot of the logistics goes behind all this stuff, and last year was a lot of logistics. We're going to do about 10 stops with the hunts on YouTube, and we're going to do about 10 audio-only podcasts because some of y'all that have messaged us were like, where's all the podcast at?
Yeah.
And you had no idea it was on YouTube anymore.
Yeah.
So we're going to make it up to y'all. For those of y'all that did transition into YouTube, we really appreciate that. But we're going to do about 10 extra on top of the tour on audio only.
Yeah.
Got to make it up to them.
For sure.
And if you're listening to this, we're sorry.
Yeah, for sure. I get that all the time. People are like, hey, we haven't seen your podcast in forever. And we're like, well, have you checked out YouTube? Like, and they're like, oh, you have YouTube now? I'm like, yeah, we've had it for a while. But let's start. Where are we at? We got started on the migration tour and pretty much the start of the migration up here with the guys from Dirty Duck. Yeah, so
we planned this tour and got it all going, and I got a call from Buck one day, and he's, do you want to go to Canada? And I'm sitting in the kitchen with my wife, and I was like, yeah, let me talk to her and make sure it's cool with her first. And he told me the dates. Today's my anniversary, and she was like, I told her these are the dates, and she's like, okay, yeah, that's cool. And I was, are you sure? Did you hear what I said? Like, you know how it is. She said, yeah, that's cool. So we made it happen and came up here. But we're in Alberta, Canada, up here at Black Dog Outfitter with the Dirty Duck guys. He's got his crew here. We've got a guy from Delta Waterfowl here. There's quite a few people here, a bunch of good groups.
Yeah.
And we've had a great time. But Let's get into this podcast, and we can't thank y'all enough for tuning in to another episode. And
season.
This tour is going to be probably bigger than last. It needs to be. So we'll see how that goes. But we're here with the Dirty Duck guys, Mr. Buck and Jay. How are y'all doing?
Fantastic.
Doing great.
Yeah. Fantastic, man. We've been living it up here in Canada.
Yeah, dude. It's awesome.
That was incredible. It was everything we thought it would be and more.
Yeah.
Hey, don't tell anybody how good it is up here.
Yeah,
we don't want everybody to know that Canada's good.
Yeah.
It sucks.
That's right. You got to just stay down there in the States, eh?
Yeah. Canada's
I
terrible.
wore a T-shirt today. You know, it wasn't even cold. Like the birds aren't even here. You shouldn't come up.
Yeah. Awful.
Yeah. So what's up, Buck?
Yeah.
How are y'all?
Man,
Jay?
we're living the dream, man. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Appreciate you having us on here.
Yeah, dude. We had y'all on
the season before last.
Yes, a couple years ago.
Yeah. Season before last.
It's been about 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 seasons ago probably.
2 seasons ago, yeah. And obviously we've elevated since then and evolved. A lot of thanks to y'all too, because y'all participated in the tour last year. We collaborated on coffee. And we've done some stuff together. We always link up at the shows and talk back and forth every once in a while. But y'all have been a great group of guys that we've gotten to know in the industry over the past couple of years, and can't thank y'all enough for inviting us out and coming on the podcast and doing it again.
Yeah, what's cool about the industry, we all talk about getting together. Hey, let's hunt together. Let's do it.
Right.
We're all just so busy.
Oh, every time.
Trying to find the schedules.
Right.
The fact that we were able to make it work.
Oh, yeah. I think a lot of
awesome.
it has to do with the fact that it's not actual season back home, and so it makes it a lot easier for us to
100%.
to kind of dip out like, oh, yeah, let's go up here and let's kind of all meet up.
You know, we all work in the industry in some way, shape, or form, and that's our time to make money, right? Like during the season, the waterfowl season, y'all have a little advantage because y'all sell coffee and people love coffee, and y'all get to sell it year round. But I'm sure y'all see some type of peak or it does
a surge.
Maybe does more. You sell more in the wintertime, but y'all have. I've never been like a huge coffee drinker, but I love to drink coffee every once in a while, and I like iced coffee a lot. We talked about that, and but the coffee is phenomenal. I've been taking it to work, and all the guys are like, they're massive coffee drinkers. But let's get into, before we dive into Dirty Duck.
Sure.
We like to dive into the past and like how you got started waterfowl hunting, and then we'll get into how Dirty Duck was started. But whoever wants to
lead
start.
us off, Jay.
Yeah, Jay, come on. Jay.
Come on, Jay.
Yeah.
How did Jay start?
It's 100% my fault.
Yeah.
So I take full responsibility. Buck and I, we actually met on the football field. So Buck had transferred in.
High school buddies.
Yeah, we were high school buddies.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, man, we're both going to be D1 legends, Uncle Rico's.
Right.
Probably,
Uncle Rico.
We both
probably
at
Hall
one
of
point,
Famers.
Probably
We were,
NFL.
yeah.
I mean, probably.
Yeah.
But we chose duck hunting over.
We chose duck hunting.
Tore your ACL in your shoulder.
Exactly.
And,
threw up my shoulder.
Yeah.
Trying to winter that teddy bear.
We were both just short and white.
Yeah, pretty much.
And not,
Yeah.
Not very fast.
So we met on the football field, became buddies that way. We were both quarterbacks, high school team, but we didn't realize there was a bunch of all-state guys around us. Yeah, both of us were.
You ain't tackling that quarterback.
No.
Were you big in high school?
not this big.
Okay.
No
obviously.
one's this big in high school.
Right.
Yep. So anyway.
What's up, guys? Turtle box speakers. If you don't know about them, you must have been living under a rock. These things are the most durable, waterproof, loudest outdoor speaker that you can have. We take these things on the boat in the summertime, in the wintertime. We take them to the holes with us. Like I said, they're durable. You don't even, like if you have two, you can just throw that one out to the side right there and grab your other one. They're super durable. If you've seen their marketing on Turtle Box's Instagram, they run them over with monster trucks, they freeze them, they toss them as high as they can. Super durable, waterproof, and they've got a port in the back where you can charge your phone. Definitely by far the best speaker on the market. Check them out at turtleboxaudio.com. Check them out on Instagram at turtleboxaudio.
So anyway, we became buddies, and I just said, hey, you want to come out and go duck hunting with me one time? And got him hooked. So he'd always been an upland bird guy, and he'd never done the waterfowl thing. And so I had a place, my family property, and we started hunting together. And one thing led to another. We said, hey, after high school got out, let's make it a point every single year. Let's get together, have a hunt. We spent our freshman year at community college locally in Kansas City, Missouri, and spent every single weekend.
Hey, how were your grades at
Maple Weeds? Harvard on the Hill.
Yeah.
That's what we call the junior college in Tyler.
Exactly. You got
Harvard on the Hill. Yeah, there we go too.
It's weird how yours was the same as ours. Actually, they were decent because it was community college.
Mine weren't.
Yeah. So we skipped a few classes on Fridays. Every Thursday night we were up at my place, and we were, Bill's doghouse, which was my stepdad. His name was Bill. Yeah. His cabin was called the doghouse because that's where he went. And we spent every weekend hunting together. And after we got done with community college for a year, we both went our separate ways. He went to go play football at Mo West, Missouri Western up in St. Joe, Missouri. I went to Mizzou, which is in the middle of the state. And we said, hey, every year we got to hunt together. Because that's kind of what started it. Yeah. And every single year since then we got together, which led to him finding the Dirty Duck by getting connected with people up in Mound City, Missouri. So I'll let you kind of take from there.
Yeah, about 35 miles north of where I went to college, I started going up this duck hunting area. ended up kind of falling in love with the area. I figured out during college how I could play football, go to class, and duck hunt every single day.
Yeah.
Man.
So you got a system down.
Yeah.
I did. I'd take one night class every semester and make it happen in the fall. And there's even a couple home games where I was out there till 9 a.m.
Yeah.
going 10 more minutes. Skip pregame meal, showed up just in time to get suited up, run out in the field and play.
That's badass.
And my coaches knew it. They're like, where were you at? I said, oh, my stomach.
Yeah.
My tire was flat for the 5th time this week.
Yeah, my stomach was hurting, so I decided not to eat pregame meal, coach. And he said, you feel good enough to play? And I said, yeah. He goes, you better not been effing duck hunting. Oh, no.
No, sir. Never. Yeah. No, sir. Not on game day.
Yeah.
Not on game day,
So end up going up to Mountain City, Missouri. Big refuge there, Squaw Creek Refuge. They changed the name by now to whatever.
Yeah.
Bought a place up there, an old building on Main Street, and kind of turned into my personal duck lodge.
Yeah.
And
the Dirty Duck.
somebody named it. We were doing all this demo, all this construction. Everything was dirty, dusty. There's like coal chute that we took out of there, and all of a sudden, we didn't realize it was still full of coal dust.
Oh shit!
It was like blackout, and we all went outside and like
the movie.
Yeah. And one of my buddies said, "What are you gonna call this place? The Dirty Duck?" And I said, "I'm sure I'll think of something."
Yeah.
And so, for fun, started branding it. Like I said, it's a personal lodge. But
if you haven't seen it, go check out their Instagram. It's incredible.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah, it's a flip on all the lights. Everybody thinks there's a new bar in town. So antique bar, shuffleboard table, big buck hunter arcade game, neons, and it's just kind of a hangout spot. And start branding it just for fun, like rugs, decals on the window.
Yeah.
Started making some hoodies and hats, and that's kind of how all this thing sort of.
It's just a local billboard for your town.
Yeah.
Then you love, and then you loved coffee and
hang out.
Yeah. We have bands in there a couple times a year just for fun, and there's no liquor license. There's no money to be made. It's just. There's a bonfire in the back alley and bands playing up front, and people show up with cases of beer and just good old time. So I go up there to have fun, relax, not try to profit, make money, run a business. It's a unwind, social time.
How did y'all get connected back again after college to start the coffee company? I guess.
Yeah. So then, COVID happens, 2020.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we were all having to do our part. And
you're good. I just got it.
I'm not a pro like you.
Hey,
he's just gonna guard you. Don't worry about
it. Let me prelude this real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
So I'd made some hoodies.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then 2019, prior to COVID, I made a couple different hats.
Yeah.
And I had some buddies coming up from Texas, and I'm like, here, thanks for coming. Kind of like souvenir, have a hat type of deal.
Come to the Dirty Duck and get a hat.
Used to. Yeah. And gave one to my uncle, gave dad, brother, everybody. One of my uncles was like, you need to start selling these hats. And I'm like, man, whatever. This is fun.
Yeah.
He goes, I had a stranger offer me $40 for the one I was wearing on my head.
Really?
Yeah.
So it was winter time. It seemed like the days were short, and I had a lot of time to be able, basically create a Shopify website, put some hats on there. Started just messing around with hats and apparel. Mm-hmm. And then 2020 hit, and too much time on my hands.
Right.
And I was like, hats, apparel. We need something more to expand the brand. We need something more tangible. Had an idea one day. I was like, coffee seems to be very popular. Mm-hmm. All duck hunters drink coffee. You've been up too late. You're waking up too early. You need coffee. Let's try to hit this niche. It's what I know, what I love. And that's when I called Jay and I pitched him this idea. And I was like, hey, man, I got this great idea. And it might have been a Tuesday. Maybe I was drinking. It was COVID.
It was COVID,
It was during COVID. Everybody was bouncing ideas off there.
It was horrible.
It was horrible.
I was just trying to keep myself
sane.
Sane at that point.
Yeah.
And Jay said, that's a great idea. Man, I think that's a really good idea. And I said, I want you to be my partner in it.
Yeah.
You know, we started this mess. Well, he started this mess with me. And,
he built that fire.
Yeah. Well, he got me drinking whiskey, so I don't know who's even.
It's a wash. I would say he probably has spent more on duck hunting than you've spent on whiskey.
Yeah,
maybe.
Probably.
And a lot more time. Maybe.
So, yeah, it's a pretty cool story.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, dude.
But then I was like, but the thing is, I said, hey, I don't drink. I never had a cup of coffee in my life.
So that's where I was going. Like, were y'all like hardcore coffee drinkers or like?
No, just like coffee.
Yeah.
But I also always knew the difference between good coffee and bad coffee.
Right.
You know, like if you travel to different countries, you're like, holy cow, why is this coffee so good? Mm-hmm. And then you come back and you get this watered down
crap.
Yeah.
Stuff, you know. Yeah. And so.
Yeah. And then, I mean, I saw a good business opportunity and, of course, chance to do it with your best friend.
Right.
Someone
Why not?
In an industry that, you know, we didn't want to make the industry our lifestyle or, you know, livelihood and all that. So I had a chance to be in it without being in it.
Yeah.
And so it was just a good chance. It's like, hey, let's see where this thing goes. And so we just got to work and said, hey, and it was fun because it was something we were passionate about.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So we like I said, love duck hunting, love everything around it, and said, let's build a brand around it and see what happens. And, you know, obviously, here we are.
Well, it's worked out pretty good.
Yeah.
I would say so.
Yeah.
You'll make some great coffee, and you get to go do cool stuff.
Exactly.
Get to hunt with your boy again.
Yeah, and you know,
and meet
like
us.
You.
Yeah, meet people like us, and
it's
Delta over
doors.
there.
Yeah, dude. It is crazy. Talk about the industry thing. This is always a crazy thing to me, and I think we've talked about this on the podcast before. But the time that the guy that makes y'all's coffee, actually roast their coffee. We had
tell the whole story.
Yeah, so
it's a great story.
Yeah, I know. It's just a crazy thing because Austin had been talking to him. I hadn't even talked to him or nothing. Austin.
I'm a lot like you. I come up with a fuck ton of ideas.
Yeah.
Like, and 20% of them are good.
Yeah.
The rest of them are bad.
Well, and he was like, dude, you think we should just like do some coffee? And I was like, sounds good. Like, yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Well, real quick, I was thinking of making like blind snacks, and I met this guy. Actually,
like for blind people.
No, not for your dad and Roger. And
Not for Roger. Not for Roger.
Roger's sitting right here too.
Yeah. Roger's behind the camera. He's a hoot.
Yeah.
But I was wanting to.
Hey, that could be a good idea though.
Yeah.
People that can't shoot, they miss. You're like, hey, good job. You give them a blind snack.
blind snack, because you're blind.
Well, Roger wouldn't have ate dinner then. He would have been
Roger
full.
would have been full.
It's like a Scooby snack, but for blind people that can't shoot.
Oh, for sure.
We're on to something now.
I wanted to make this called Quack Snacks. And everybody has blind bag snacks, right? And his buddy's dad owns a distribution company, Austin.
Yeah.
For like snacks, and I was like, if I can come up with this snack, can you pitch it to your dad, or let me pitch it to your dad and sell it and whatnot? And I was kind of
He's
just
the vice president of Little Debbie.
Yeah.
He is.
So I kind of just threw that idea to the side one day, and I was sitting on my couch when I was talking to. I don't remember how. Did I text you about it?
You might have. I think so.
And I was sitting on my couch, and I was like, I talked to Jackson, and then we.
But it happened so fast. So literally that night, he's like, "Hey, should we make coffee?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's like sounds like a pretty yeah, for sure. Sounds like a pretty good deal." Okay. Anyways, I was like, "Yeah, dude, sounds like a pretty good deal." You know, like I think that's a good idea. It'd be super sick. Let's see how it goes. I think we did like a limited run or whatever, and then. Literally the next morning, like that's probably like 9 o'clock at night. So that's how fast it went. The next morning, I'm duck hunting with a buddy, and we live 8 hours from where they're at in Mountain City, and we're sitting in a layout blinds just shooting ducks. And he looks over at me and he's like, "Are y'all making coffee with Dirty Duck?" And I was like, yeah. He's like, did we roast all their coffee? I just got the bag for like this is what I need to put on y'all's bag. I was like, whoa.
Small world.
Like, dude, we're 8 hours from them. I haven't even talked to them. He talked to them. And then somehow I was like one of my best friends just roasting the coffee. And I was like, dude, what the heck, man? It's just, it's crazy. And I know the coffee's amazing. I don't drink coffee personally, but I know the coffee's amazing because I know that Will does a good job on roasting coffee.
Well, maybe you should.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe you should just give it a whirl.
Yeah, dude. The problem is if I drink coffee, I just, I don't know how to say this. I would just shit myself.
Yeah.
Pretty uncontrollably, probably.
Bouncing off walls, shitting through a screen door.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I do that all the time anyways. Right. So I don't think it'd be a good adventure for me.
And the Canadian food's not helping.
Yeah, the Canadian food's fucking my stomach up, but you'd be kind of surprised. Like, I don't know why.
It's good food.
It's good, yeah. It's just...
it's amazing.
It is,
It's great.
I don't know, but
I don't know what it is.
Too.
Maybe they're butter. I don't know.
Both of ours. Like, dude, almost everybody I know that's here, his stomach's hurting, and I don't know why.
Because you're not used to real food. I think this is real food.
That's probably what it is.
That's
a good point. Yeah, it's not processed as
everything's
much as our
from
food.
scratch up here.
Yeah.
I mean, the food here, where we're at,
yeah,
it's amazing.
It is.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
Every meal.
Yeah. No, I mean, we could dive some more into kind of what where we're at, what we're doing. I mean, we've been up here with Black Dog Outfitters for 2 days now, 2.5 days. We're at like 234 birds.
236.
236.
I did the math on the way here.
There you go.
Yeah. Which numbers are hard. We learned
They are.
that.
We
learned
notate-
numbers.
Are extremely
And
hard.
for those of y'all that don't believe people like that keep up with bird numbers,
put 'em in every day.
We put them in our notes in our phone.
Because we set a goal every year to try to shoot a certain amount of birds. Like, that's kind of our goal. And, I want to hit, obviously have the experience, but at the same time, it's like I want to chase birds harder than I did last year because I know there's going to be a point come where I can't chase birds every day.
Sure.
So that's kind of the thing. Man, it's been amazing. We've killed a ton of snow geese. We've probably dropped the population down a good bit, and it's gonna be pretty hard hunting over in golly.
I can't tell you how many DMs, and I put all this stuff on Snapchat and the Quack Shack page and my personal Snapchat, and everybody's like, "Y'all stop shooting all the birds. Yeah, you're thinning out the migration."
Like, yeah, okay, dude, you have no clue how many birds.
It's not that many.
We're
but
shooting
fraction.
One of 2,000th of what we see every day, just flying around. Like, it's this place sucks though. Don't come up here unless you're gonna book. Not Dirty Duck. Yeah, or not Alberta, and not Black Dog.
Not Black Dog.
Yeah, just.
But everywhere else
sucks.
terrible.
Yeah, can't just stay in the U.S.
Stay in the U.S.
How about the show?
Go to Cooper Lake in Texas. It's great.
Great place.
How about the show we got both this morning and this evening from Juvie Snows?
Dude, Juvie Snows were being crazy.
Dude, they were putting on a show, but there was this one group of probably 25 pack that every single one of them was flipping and flopping. It was cool.
They came from behind us, spun around. They're like 25 yards off the ground. Or whatever that is.
So this morning, they were
kilometers up here.
This morning they were coming in low. They were coming in low and just and then tonight
they were up high.
They were 3.5 miles in the air.
It took forever to get.
And there was no wind.
No
if there
wind.
was any wind, I'll tell you right now, if there was any wind, there probably wouldn't be many snow geese making it down to Texas or anywhere else, pretty much, because they were being dumb today. And they just couldn't figure out how to land.
Well, that single
it was a miracle that we shot as many as we did because there was zero. It was like negative wind.
At one point that we saw some birds coming, a very large group, and they were so high and far away, and we were like, "Oh, they're coming this way." And you could tell like they were coming. Yeah. Jackson was like, "Oh, we got time. They'll be here in about 25 minutes," because they didn't have no wind, and circle around.
Other than
and hopefully they got down.
Suicide Juvies somehow know how to just fall out of there. I think they just stopped flapping. I don't really understand
Then
it.
14 singles in one group.
Yeah. No.
Or whatever.
That last one that dropped like 70 yards in 10 seconds.
7 seconds. Like, it was just like,
it was so impressive. Then he set up right in front of us. I'm like, I'm not even going to shoot.
I don't really want to shoot. Just watch. I'm going to let him go.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, it was crazy.
He didn't make it.
No, he did end up getting shot.
R.I.P.
We almost shot a drone today.
Yeah, we did.
It was
David's drone almost went bye-bye.
I don't know how it didn't get shot, to be honest with you.
Was that Austin?
It was Austin, yes, 100%.
So we're setting up, literally about to get in the blind.
We have 3 trailers.
And they're like, load a shotgun. So Nobody's doing nothing. I load the shotgun.
Coming. We have trailers in front of us. Austin's between the trailers, and there's 4 ducks coming over the head, and Austin pulls up, and I think David was watching the drone, so he wasn't paying attention to the ducks coming, and he was flying over our heads, and Austin pulls up on these ducks, and as soon as he's about to pull the trigger, the drone comes like right here. Austin pulls the trigger once.
I pulled the trigger once. And I didn't think I hit it.
Would have probably hit it.
I didn't think I hit it, but somebody said I touched it, and then I'm literally like this, and I see the drone, and I was literally about to pull the trigger.
No, I know you were. Yeah, I was about to.
We would have been
no drone.
One drone. And it's not even my drone. I borrowed it to come up here. It's my buddy's drone. It's old. I'd have bought him another one still, but maybe I should have shot it. It would have been a cool story.
It would have been a cool story.
Would have been good to have on video.
Oh, that would have been great. That would have been great.
I don't know if you can recover that, but it's one of those good things, man.
What's up, guys? We partnered up with Migra this year, shooting a 2.4 stack steel shot. I use a 20 gauge quite a bit, so I'll be shooting this 20 gauge 2.4 stack, 1350 feet per second. If I miss, it's because of me, not the shell. This stuff is incredible. Jackson shoots his 12 a lot, so I'll throw a 12 in there every once in a while, especially on some big geese or whatnot. But stuff was definitely a go-to this year. Kind of made sense for us. We've been friends with these guys for quite some time now, and so we just made it happen. Highly suggest shooting this Migra. Definitely some great stuff. Can't wait to get in the field and use it again. It's been a couple years since we've gotten to use it, but we're here to stay. Check out Migra Ammunitions on Instagram, and check out their website. So let's dive back into y'all a little bit. So you both grew up in Missouri.
Yes, sir.
And how far from Kansas City are y'all at? We're y'all in Kansas City, pretty much.
I mean, technically I live in Kansas City now.
Okay.
And then we both grew up just right outside of city limits.
Okay.
So 20 minutes north of downtown Kansas City.
So let's talk about duck hunting back when y'all started. Y'all both started in high school, or you introduced to him in high school?
I introduced him in high school. Like I said, he'd always done upland game and kind of that scene. It was basically my stepdad. I call my boner's dad.
Yeah.
I grew up with 2 dads, not like that. Not there's anything wrong with that. But yeah, he was the one.
He said he wanted to get canceled.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go cancel me.
Let's go.
Anyways,
Buck's like, yes.
Yeah. No. So he married my mom. When I first met him when I was like 3.
Right.
And he got me duck hunting when I was 4. And so the kind of the private land that I grew up hunting on, there was a private club.
Yeah.
And my mom had family ties there, and that's where they met. And so he got me duck hunting up there. And so it's been in my blood since I was 4 or 5 years old. And and he was always he hunted everything.
Yeah.
So if it moved, he'd shoot it.
If it's down, it's down. If it's flying, it's dying.
Exactly. But he got me duck hunting first, so that's what I got hooked on.
Yeah.
And then I was ate up with it, and so that's what I grew up doing. It was all the work on the the preseason stuff leading up to duck season. Then it's hunting every single weekend.
Yeah.
And then I just said, hey, you should get addicted to this too, because I am.
Yeah.
So then he got hooked on it.
That's kind of how I've done like a lot of my friends. Like I think we have a pretty similar thing as like y'all do, because I also started hunting in high school, and he fell in love with it, obviously, and that's what he does for a living.
Yeah, made a bad decision.
And, but I grew up hunting like really small. Now all my best friends probably wouldn't have been hunting ducks, but I've got them on hunting ducks, and now they're like, I spend thousands of dollars a year.
Yeah.
And
thanks,
Jackson. But it's okay. It all works out. I'm just trying to show people how amazing it is, and I wish more people got to experience kind of the stuff we get to experience just like today.
Yeah,
so
and that's kind of our running joke.
It's a pretty rare thing,
That's kind of a running joke now. Is I'll say, "Hey, Buck, you want to go duck hunting? Man, it's gonna be awesome." Whenever there's something that's stupid, we're like, we're here doing this, or we're doing a show for Dirty Duck Coffee, and we hit that lull where it's like a lot of work and whatever. Like, hey man, you go duck hunting? This is awesome. Yeah. So but
we should get into duck hunting for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell us a little bit about when y'all started duck hunting in high school. Tell us a little bit about y'all's story, like what y'all did, what you had to do, the bird numbers.
Yeah, I mean, more birds were there, or were there less birds, or?
No, I mean, I didn't know what was going on. He's like, hey, let's go hunting. And I'm like, I'm like, cool, we got one. It was like we were just going out and obviously trying to learn and progress from there. But it was just I like being out there. Yeah. They had cabins up there, so we'd go and, after we got done, we'd clean the ducks, we'd cook them, we'd grill a steak and hang out. And it was like, man, this was awesome. It felt like we're out, in the middle of the woods at a log cabin, cooking what we just ate.
Oh, yeah.
And I was a little kid that loved being in the woods.
Oh, yeah.
Loved campfire, loved camping out, had a coonskin cap on, thought I was,
Davy Crockett
when I was, when I was 8 years old.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah, baby.
I've always loved being outdoors, out in the woods.
Right.
So, when Jay introduced me to that, I'm like, yeah, I feel like, it's almost like I imagine myself being out on the frontier type of thing.
Back in high school, what did the duck numbers look like in Kansas?
How was the migration in Mountain
Kansas City, Missouri?
Missouri.
Yeah.
Come on. Kansas City's in Missouri.
Mound City.
Yeah, well, there was more ducks in Kansas than there's Missouri, but
No. Well, maybe, I don't know.
So I was too green. I was too green to know any of that stuff.
Right.
And
what we were wood ducks.
So we were just going out to Jay's place, shooting whatever was there.
Yeah.
So
of course.
There was
everybody did.
Mallards, gadwall,
right.
wood ducks, teal.
And we weren't
that's primarily what we shot.
We weren't tracking duck numbers. No. We didn't know migration. We didn't know how much.
You weren't tracking duck numbers?
We didn't know what.
So no limits.
I didn't even know the refuge was up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
No limits. Hell yeah.
No shooting hours either.
Shoot what you can afford.
Oh, yeah, I understand. I get it. Yep. So I've heard somebody tell me, tickets are just like a tax for breaking the law,
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
Too bad I'm poor and I can't afford taxes. So. IRS got me again today.
I knew a guy that took his dad out on his last duck hunt. He was getting older and he was sick, and game warden came up and started counting their ducks, and they had way more than their limit. And he said, "This is my dad's last duck hunt. I got more money and you got tickets. Get to riding."
Yeah,
so I'll let you sit here and I'll shoot one every time.
Yeah.
No, we had a member up at our club, and kind of the same type of situation. Game warden shows up and he's like, "Hey, it's after hours," and he's like, "Well, how much does it cost per bird?" And he's like, "Well, it's going to be at least a $50 ticket per bird." And he's like, "Put me down for about $150. Sit down." And he shot a couple right in front of him, and
put it down for like 4 or 5.
Exactly.
It's fine.
Yeah.
There's been days I'd pay for it.
Cool.
There's been days I would pay for it if like a game warden was like, "I'll just charge you per bird," and I'd be like, "Okay."
Well,
like that day we were hunting with Bill with Slayer calls.
Yeah.
In the field, I would have paid a lot of money to be able to keep hunting.
Drain my bank account. That was the coolest hunt that we've ever been on.
The coolest dry field.
You don't want to end.
Ever.
Yeah.
No.
The coolest dry field, yeah.
No, I didn't want it to end. It didn't really start.
Dude,
because, they didn't start coming in until after shooting light.
Right.
We're right on the edge of this mountain. Like, it's gorgeous.
There's a mountain over here and a neighborhood 1,000 yards.
Yeah, and there's just thousands of mallard ducks just shitting in.
It was one of those hunts to where we were hunting. We were obviously trying to target ducks, right? Well, the ducks would come down, a bunch of them, right?
Yep.
We were not going to disclose the location, but ducks would come down, bang, 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 bang. They'd go up. The geese would come down, bang, 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 bang. Ducks would come down. It was just the entire time, which lasted about 30 minutes, right? It was insane. And then literally I have videos of us just laying there watching them until we couldn't see no more. It was insane.
It was absolutely crazy.
So what I want to know a little bit about more what kind of ducks y'all shot back in Kansas City, Missouri. Why do I keep wanting to say that?
It's okay.
In Missouri.
Kansas City's the biggest city in Missouri.
So
it is.
What year are we talking about? Not to age yourselves.
So we graduated high school.
Couple years ago.
Yeah. 2000,
1972.
Yeah. No, I mean, so we graduated in 99.
It's good information.
So, high school was 95 to 99 was the time period that we...
That's about when I was born. So that's
pretty good.
No worries.
Assholes.
Fuck
Thanks.
Hunt with a bunch of geriatric folks around here.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ.
The canes around here are insane.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, we primarily said we were shooting heavy gadwall, mallards, wood ducks, a little bit of pintail. Like the population back then wasn't near what it is now.
Right.
And then you got your blue and green wing teal.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what we shot.
Okay. Is that kind of still what y'all shoot, basically?
Well, it's all kind of changed. So typically, it would be the first 2 weeks of the season, 60-day season, you're shooting mixed bags.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then as soon as it gets cold around Thanksgiving, it's
wood duck's gone.
We're shooting 4 mallards.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's your limit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you happen to get lucky, shoot something else. But it went from like 6 mixed bag, gaddies, whatever, to 4 green beans, and
done.
Yeah,
we're done. Now, if you get teal to fly in, if you get something else, that bonus ducks. You know, like, oh, bonus ducks. Shoot it, you know.
And is that kind of the same way it still is, or
weather? Last 4 years has been rough.
I know you said this last year was a rough year around Mountain City.
Worst.
Yeah, what did I'm very curious because we talked a little bit about it in 22 in Texas. It was insane.
Mm-hmm. How many mallards?
I've only been duck hunting this is my 15th or 16th year, but when I was in high school, we've told stories on the podcast where me and 9 of my buddies went to this public land 15 minutes from the house, shot a 9-man limit, and was eating at the local diner by 8 o'clock.
Right.
You hadn't been able to do that in the past
8, 9, 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
And in 22, it was that
times 10.
But mallards, nothing but mallards. What was in 2022? Did y'all have a good year then?
Been 2 seasons ago.
But
we did when North Dakota froze up real hard early, and we're out in the dry fields. That's when you shot those widgeons.
Yep.
We had 5 or 6 insane days in the dry field where the birds were down. They're dumb. They're hungry.
Right.
You know, when those birds got to fly that far, they're hungry.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you can't hardly beat them out of a field. Now it warms up after a front.
Right.
They get to loaf for a couple days, get to eat food. Mm-hmm. Then they get
recharge,
smart.
and they're like, this place, there's a lot of people shooting me here. I'm going to freaking leave.
Yeah, but they were hungry. We were out on some field hunts where we had 400 or 500 mallards landing in front of us. Mm-hmm. And the guys, we're in the blind. They're like, what are we going to do? And I was like, watch the show.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they all started landing, and finally I was like, get out and scare those birds off. We're not going to shoot at that many birds.
Yeah.
No.
Chasing migration. Are you traveling all over the country or an outfitter that uses a trailer day in and day out to pack your gear, your decoys, whatever it is? Chasing Migration makes the best attachments to go in trailers. They also build some of the best built trailers on the market. You can choose from wader hangers to gas can holders to bag holders to gun racks. They've got a variety of products that you can put in your trailer to make your job even easier. If you're looking to get a trailer built, check out Chasing Migration. Or if you're wanting to add some accessories to your trailer, check out Chasing Migration on Instagram or check them out on the website.
You know, it's completely pointless.
That's kind of the same philosophy I have with most birds. I mean, snow geese is a little different. I'm like, you know.
Yeah, they're not very smart. You're not going to... We might get in trouble for talking about this, but that guy over there. But I don't think you can really educate snow geese to an extent, maybe, but not like you will a mallard or a Canadian lesser or whatever. You know what I mean? Or a speck, right?
Yep. The specks are smart.
Yeah. Oh.
Now we got some revenge on the specks yesterday.
Yes.
Specks have kicked my ass for the last 4 years, and yesterday felt so rewarding to me just to spank them, spank them. And
then they got
we weren't even speck hunting. We were just we were duck hunting, and
it was nice to get
all the specks showed up. So
it was nice to do that.
Yeah, we shot. And it's an amazing place up here, but sorry, I'm so glad to have finally got my revenge on those freaking specks. I hate those specks, dude.
Yeah.
The weather is definitely a month behind everywhere. Wouldn't you say?
100%.
Would you agree?
Well, I say that.
Well, this morning I could have hunted without a jacket. This evening,
t-shirt. We were
t-shirts
putting out decoys.
Yeah, and we're 2,000 miles north of Texas.
Yeah.
And it's just so weird. Like this morning, it was 38 degrees here. Tomorrow morning in Texas, it's going to be 34 degrees in my house.
Yeah.
And it's like, doesn't make any sense to me. It's going to be colder in Texas than it is 2,000 miles north. Yeah. And that's kind of, I think, part of the issue is that nothing up here locks up anymore and there's no snow cover. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's a lot of people don't understand. People are like, oh, it should be locked up. It's freezing cold there. Like, well, there's not snow. It doesn't matter.
Right. Yeah.
Because the rivers are still open. They'll keep water open. They'll bounce back and forth and keep water open all day.
Yeah.
But when the snow cover gets here, that's when all the birds get
It's
pushed.
a snow line.
Oh, you snow line. Yeah, people don't understand. A lot of people in the South don't understand that.
Right.
Because they always hear cold front, we're going to have a ton of birds. I'm like, well, not if the water's not frozen and there's not snow on the field.
They always say, you jackleggers in Missouri.
Well, y'all got those heated ponds. Y'all have the heated corn ponds.
Yeah. We've heard that about
which is really cool. Yeah. You know, like I kind of like the experience.
But you guys got swimming pools. We just put in.
No, we got hot tubs.
Pools. We got hot tubs
in Texas.
Rich people have some
even in January. Yeah. They're still warm. Yeah. For the birds.
I live in Texas, so
yeah.
He kind of lives in Texas. He's there every now and then.
When it's not duck season.
Yeah.
So, what was I going to say? When we were talking about it being warm up here and pretty much colder at the house. We talk about the people we've met over the years that have that live up north, right? And we travel a lot to hunt, and the past 2 years we haven't really touched some of the states that we normally would touch. But
tried new things.
Yeah, trying new things. But we have friends up north that when Saskatchewan's locked up, they're killing birds, right? And then when they stop killing birds because it's locked up or whatever the case is, then that's when we know the birds are moving south to us, and we should start killing birds. Sometimes it doesn't work that way, but there are some states we won't go to if these particular states that our buddies live in aren't locked up already, right?
Right.
And so it's crazy, just to kind of piggyback off what you said, that it's 34 degrees in Texas tomorrow, and we might be wearing T-shirts again tomorrow up here. You know?
But then it's another thing that's crazy about that is it's going to snow here on Friday.
On Friday. Yeah.
And it's like, it's just, there's no consistency to the weather anymore. And it's, I think that's probably the biggest issue as much as conservation is an issue. I think the majority of it for hunters is probably the weather.
Well, weather and pressure all-time high.
Right.
Yep. Well, you say that, but
a smart man
license numbers are down. Yeah.
A smart man told me not long ago that duck hunter numbers are going down.
Yeah. The duck hunter numbers are year over year down every year. So it doesn't make any sense to me. But it's okay because harvest numbers are up. But
right,
I wouldn't trust anything Ryan Watson from South Texas. Delta Waterfowl says.
It's like threw him on the bus, ran him back over.
We'll get him in. We'll get him in one day.
Yeah. Sorry for all the commotion we had earlier for the guys that are watching.
There's some drunk guys from California out there.
Yeah, we had a drunk guy that was from Kalamazoo, and great, amazing dude, but he's cracking us up. I wish I could have heard him. Y'all can't hear him.
Too many JMOs.
Yeah, a couple too many JMOs, but y'all couldn't hear him, and that's very disappointing. I wish I had him mic'd up in the blind today.
Oh, dude.
Cheers.
Between him,
we needed a mic on him and your dad.
Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh, I was rolling this afternoon, because they were just jawing each other the whole time, and they were getting so mad because they're a little bit older, so it takes them a while to pop up and shoot birds, and we kept pop up and shooting all the birds, and we're like, all right, well, y'all get them, and we're like, y'all shoot the birds, and then they were like, okay, and so we'd wait, but then the right side of the blind's like 20 foot to our right, so they can't hear us. And so the birds come in, and then these guys on the right shoot the birds. They're like, why are they not shooting? It's like, well, they're getting up, man. They got to use their canes or chairs, and you got to kind of roll up and stuff. And,
my old man's been a shit talker since he was
we were
14, 15, whatever.
And the funny thing is, I would talk shit back to your dad, and I'd apologize right after, because I don't know why.
No, you don't.
And he was like, listen, you don't have to apologize to me.
He said, if you're going to talk shit, stand behind your shit.
My dad actually loves when somebody gives it back to him. He loves the back and forth. And
we were.
I've been around people that, like, my dad's like trying to joke around with, and they get butt hurt.
Yeah.
And
so that's why, not saying that your dad is that type of way, but you never know, right? I don't talk a whole lot of shit, but when I do, I try to talk the best shit, right?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
sometimes I feel bad depending on who it is, and it's your dad, and I respect you, and obviously I respect your dad because he's your dad, right? And I was like, man, I feel bad sometimes.
No,
he was like, he told him, stand behind your shit if you're going to talk it.
Yeah, if you guys would have like got all weird and acted awkward and not give it back to him, it's like blood in the water for a shark.
Yeah,
he's just gonna keep on.
He's gonna keep on, but when you guys got that banter going back and forth, he's like,
dude,
awesome.
It all started today because there was a single goose coming in, and it's just natural reaction was like, they were like, all right, we're going to get him. And then as I come up, there's just a single goose. So I'm like, oh, we're just going to shoot it. And I go to shoot, like right as I'm shooting it, the guy next to me is like, Joe, shoot it.
No, he said Joe.
He said Joe.
Well,
he said Joe, but I'd already pulled the trigger in it because Joe's his dad.
Just quick draw McGraw him.
And Joe's like, I don't even have many hunts left on this dude. like he said, next year I'm gonna be hunting up here. You have to bring me out in a wheelchair. And I was like, you think you're gonna be a better shot? So it kind of.
Well, don't feel bad because you're the only one standing up with a gun, and so was I.
Yeah.
And I was about to squeeze and you
just gotta be fast, dude.
Thing.
Hey, and you screwed your dad another time because nobody else stood up. Everybody else was like, all right, we're gonna let him shoot this one. And his dad stands up. It's like tracking this bird, and all of a sudden you hear from the other side of the body, the bird just goes falls down.
Hey, that shot was too far for anybody but me.
Yes. Well, the shot was too far for you too. It came in. I don't know how you hit it, but it was a great shot. But it literally came right in front of your dad. He was just like. And then he was about to pull the trigger. He was like, I was going to pull the trigger, damn it.
One shot. That thing was out there about
it was pretty
345 yards.
That's like Donald Trump out here shooting.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best shot, but it was the greatest shot.
It was the greatest shot I've ever seen.
Some people say it was a great shot. Some people don't. Maybe it was.
Maybe it was. Maybe it wasn't.
There you go.
I think it was a great shot.
But it was a very good shot. We had a great shoot.
As I was saying.
Hey, to everybody, anybody that listens at Black Dog, the woman, the only woman God is the one we killed the most birds with. Emma.
Emma was great.
Yeah.
She put us right on them.
Wyatt's probably going to listen to this.
Oh, yeah, Wyatt.
Step it up.
Hey.
Step it up, dude.
Don't set up 70 yards from the kill spot.
Yeah, Wyatt. Dude, yeah. So
That's
anybody,
amazing.
She was awesome.
Yeah. She's great.
She's awesome.
I mean, she was a hustler. She was out there gonna stalk a coyote and
she has a very
and like slit its throat.
Yeah, she has a very conflicting interest in her two jobs.
Yeah.
Between
Yes.
ecotourism and then guiding hunts.
Yes.
She's like
Capitalize where she can.
yeah,
dude.
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. It's like, yeah, so what do you do? So sometimes I like take people to watch bears and then sometimes I shoot them.
Not just bears,
It's like
polar
bears and
Yeah.
moose. I'm like, that's a conflicting interest there, I think, a little bit. But dude, it's awesome. Oh yeah, we had coyotes come in the field today and she was like, I'm gonna go kill that coyote. We're like, all right, sweet. These coyotes are just coming in the field and taking the ducks, taking the geese as we would shoot them, and it was like, what the heck, dude? I'd never seen anything like that. I've seen gators.
Yeah, different. We saw 3 coyotes, but one of them. One
of them got 2, I think.
Yeah, one of them got 2.
Little son of a gun.
Yeah,
but.
What?
I don't even know how many. Honestly, I think
that was 2 coyotes, and I think one of them circled back around.
Well, had to.
Well, and
they're gonna pin us down
because there was 2 of them right there. But I was thinking about this. We had like 5 or 6, and I know y'all on the right side didn't shoot as much as us on the left side.
We just killed more birds.
Oh, not even close to. No,
are you kidding me?
Yeah,
y'all might have shot like 12.
They might have thought. I think they were thinking. Like, oh, I hit that. I'm like,
no, we just smacked the fuck out of it.
Whatever. Anyway, we're going to get
y'all are getting old. Your eyes are getting bad.
Yeah, I understand. You're getting blind. We'll get you some blind snacks.
Oh my God!
Don't worry about it.
You guys were in the middle though. You
guys still got peach fuzz on your sack.
The middle was holding it down. Let me tell you.
Yeah. What's up, guys? VPC lanyards, best lanyards in the industry. We've been with them since. I've been with them since 2017. We've been partnered with them since day one of the podcast. We've always used their products. They make a very good, one of the best, if not the best, lanyards. They also make duck totes, gun straps, you name it. Anything that can be made with a paracord, he makes it. He made me a kill switch for my boat, and that we use it all the time. This is the AA Game Changer. This has removable drop loops. So if you don't want to bring a call that day, you don't necessarily have to. If you want to add another call, you just add it. Super easy. By far, my favorite lanyard right here is this AA Game Changer. The one I had before was just as good, if you know, but this one is definitely, like this says, a game changer. So check them out at VPC Lanyards on Instagram or Facebook. Tell them the Quack Shack sent you. Get you a new lanyard.
Well,
we had 3 geriatric people on this side and 4 geriatric people on this. Our cameraman got him a bird today.
He did.
Mr. David.
David tore it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, dude, it was honestly, I think that we lost. I honestly think, so that coyote that came out of the woods to get another goose, and I know that we shot 3 or 4 more that went next to us in the woods, and I really think that coyote got
them all.
I went back over there literally like 10 minutes after we shot them.
Yeah, it wasn't long.
Like, I mean, they were clapped. They were locked up.
Yeah.
I mean, they were done. And I went over there.
That's what we do on the right side.
Couldn't find any of them. No, most of y'all's kind of flared off to the right after y'all should have kind of sailed like 700 or 800 yards, and then the coyotes would pick them up over there.
And then got up and walked another 400 yards.
Yeah.
False.
Emma, what's her name?
Emma.
Yeah, she walked like halfway to Saskatchewan to pick up one of y'all.
That wasn't ours.
Oh, okay.
Oh, over there on the right. It's not yours.
No.
Oh,
that's from your side.
It came in from the left. Okay. And it
went to the right.
Yeah.
And so y'all missed it all the times after we hit it and it sailed.
No, because we don't clean up other people's birds and try to claim them.
Okay. So y'all didn't shoot any birds in because we shot all the birds on the left.
Okay.
The only ones that I shot were the ones he shot on the ground. And I don't remember ever picking those up. He says he shot 3 on the ground. I don't really know.
You're fake news.
Fake news. False.
We gotta get that. Have y'all ever seen?
It was somebody we know
shells?
doesn't even let them get off the ground.
Yes. Yeah. At least we're trying to clap. You know, like, get up. Have you seen the shells that have like specific colors? So you can check the BBs to see who actually killed them or whatever. Yep. Like those are pretty cool.
Yeah. That's funny. So a little bit about, I want to talk a little bit about before we wrap up the coffee. So I think we talked about it. What's your favorite blend that y'all have?
The next bag.
The next bag, right?
Yep.
Obviously.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was stuck with one.
Yeah. I know.
And you are a coffee drinker now.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got hooked just like duck hunting, just like whiskey, all this stupid stuff I should never started. Probably the morning wood.
Morning wood.
Yep. Brazilian. It's medium-ish, slightly dark, chocolate undertones.
Yeah.
So it kind of hits all the flavor palettes for me.
Right. What about you?
Well, I'll go through our best sellers.
Yeah.
Morning Wood, Cinnamon Teal, the Snickerdoodle.
Yeah.
Missouri Boat Ride.
Yep.
Pecan Praline, Henna Coconut. Actually, our 2 flavored ones that I just mentioned are top sellers.
Yeah.
With the Morning Wood. Number 4 being High Velocity, has the extra caffeine. So
right.
Hunting season.
Yep.
It's like drinking 2 cups for one, but it's really, really good. Flavor's awesome. It's not like stuff you get at the gas station where you're like, extra caffeine.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah.
Really, really solid coffee. And then from there, it's all great. French roast, dark Sumatra, espresso. What am I missing? Colombian is light.
And cold brew.
Suns up, guns up. Colombian.
Yeah.
And,
cold brew, man.
King Eider cold brew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a couple more questions about the coffee side of things. I don't understand.
From the connoisseur.
Yeah, from the side of things. So you didn't drink coffee.
Nope.
You drank coffee?
Yeah,
kinda?
I started in college.
So did y'all did y'all start like kind of like going on like tours to try coffee and stuff, or like
it was during COVID, so I was reaching out via email, phone calls.
They're just sending you kind of
sending the samples.
Yeah, and you were kind of just figuring it out.
Yeah. Yep.
So it was a deal where I didn't want to be the guy buying green beans, trying to roast them, because at one point you
thought about just opening your own roast press thing.
Man, it'd be impossible.
Dumb idea.
Dumb idea.
Yeah.
Through a stroke of luck, end up meeting Will and Sam.
Right.
And very, very small roaster. Mm-hmm. That's what I was looking for. Very specialized, high quality.
Yeah, so do they actually like make your flavors? Like you tell them what you want and they kind of like...
We approach them with, here's what we're looking for.
We're looking for this.
They'll send us sample bags of like, try this, A, B, C, D.
And so they're kind of like changing the tones to it. And,
and I'd be like, hey, I like A, and Buck would be like, I like B. Well, if we try to tweak it a little bit here, come in between or whatever it was, and then boom, we came up with, Missouri Boat Ride.
Quality's so great. It's like a couple times it's hard to pick. It's like, man, both these are great.
Both different names.
Yeah. No, but it's especially with flavored stuff. We're like, here's what we're looking for, and they're able to make that for us.
And you want to talk about somebody that drinks a crap ton of coffee is Will.
Yeah.
And he drinks y'all's coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's what I'm saying. Y'all have amazing coffee.
It's great
because he drinks. He's always like ever before he even started roasting coffee. We would like when I was still probably like a senior in high school, and he's older than me. I was actually friends with his brother before. He would bring every morning. Would just bring like a thermos full of coffee every morning.
That's funny.
And I'm like, dude, that must be like an older person thing. I'll get into coffee, and then it just never got into it, I guess. And
which shout out to those guys. They hooked us up. We had a good friend of ours with the floods in North Carolina at Fort Bragg, and they went in to take care of communities, and we said, hey, what can we do? So I sent them, some bags of coffee. I told, Will and Sam, hey, here's what we're doing. And he said, we've got a ton of inventory that we're not going to use. And they sent it along just to help out the community. So, those guys are just fantastic guys.
They're great. They're good people, man.
They're great. I've never met Sam, but I know Will.
Yeah.
They're two peas in a pod.
Will was along with us on the only time we've ever gotten in trouble together.
Yeah.
What was that?
Huh?
What was that?
Old game warden just didn't like what we were doing.
Federal and state.
Oh. They didn't like what we were doing,
Yeah. It was a great idea.
It was their own fault, really.
Yeah. It was their fault.
They should have had better signage, and they should have...
they should have had signage.
At
all.
They had one sign.
Or a fence, or paint.
One sign is about 2 miles up the road. Or up the river. And Onyx said it was good to go, so we said...
Long story short, I think we've told this story before.
Yeah, a bunch of times.
Long story short, we got a out-of-season hunting ticket. We were hunting in Arkansas on the Cache River or the White River.
Yeah.
And long story short, our hole runner somehow didn't get our hole. We had the first boat in the water. That's another story.
Will's boat was the slowest thing.
And it was me, him, and Will.
I don't know what happened to his boat, but it would not go more than, I swear to God, we were going 4 miles an hour down this river.
Which worked out great, but not really. But long story short, it was me, him, and Will, and 4 of our other guys that had the first boat in the water. Anyways, and we decided to go hunt this other spot instead because of what happened. And we get in there, it's like the most beautiful, picture perfect timber you can think of, and we're absolutely smashing some birds. And
it's within like 15 minutes. We were already pretty close to have our limit.
And something felt wrong the entire time.
Why is nobody else hunting?
Yeah, literally the most beautiful flooded timber you can think of. Like if you were to say, Google, show me a picture of the best flooded timber, it would probably show up.
Yeah,
it was that beautiful. So it was hunting season. It was
hunting season.
December?
Sure, somebody else's hunting season.
No, I will get to that.
Yeah,
it was
December, right?
December.
So this section off of the Cache.
Off the White.
Off of the White is shut down for 2 weekends of the year. For youth and veteran deer hunts. Well, on Arkansas Game and Fish and on the White website and on Onyx, and there was no signs and nothing insinuating, hey, you can't hunt here.
And there was,
on these days.
There ended up being 2 other groups that were hunting in the same block that morning.
So you're all guilty.
We weren't the only one. Oh, we were in
1,000%.
We didn't try to. I'm saying there's other people that made the same thing.
There's 2. At that time, it may be different now. There's 2 game wardens for the 3 surrounding counties in Stuttgart, Arkansas, and we just so happened to meet one of them. The other one was off that day hunting, and the guy that the guy that we met had a federal with him, and they they totally understood we had no idea, right?
They knew there was no malicious intent, so they did let us off a lot easier. It was
still $700 ticket and 12 points.
Well, because they 15. It was 15
point. No,
it was because we're 3 points off from not being able to have a license in Arkansas. Right. So that's why I just very
Which,
nice.
if you have if you get
over your 18 points, you can't hunt anywhere for 5 years.
Well, you guys were kind of like still in valor, right?
Yeah.
Veteran hunt. You guys are.
We walked under.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
No, we walked under a deer hunter. That's how they knew we were there.
Yeah.
Because they called in on us then. That's why they both came in, and ended up being some more guys out there. And, and they were like, we didn't have good signs. They were like, there should have been signs on the river. We went back, took videos of the river, sent it in. We're like, dude, there's one sign, and it's like 2 miles downriver from where we came in. It's...
Long story short, we've partnered with Mallard Bay to make booking your next trip even easier. Go to mallardbay.com. Once it's up, you'll see a different variety of things you can choose from, recently booked trips, and if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see the different states that you can tap into. The easiest way is to click the Start Your Adventure tab, type in a location or species, for instance, Oklahoma duck hunt. Click it. It'll show up all the outfitters. We're going to click Prairie Creek. Scroll down, you'll see the different packages that you can book. Select your dates. Continue, see the total, create an account, pay for your hunt, and you're ready to go. If you're looking to book a new trip or a trip for friends and family, go to mallardbay.com and get on your next adventure. There was no sign. Oh, and I talked to my connected Onyx and told him about the situation, and he said that Arkansas...
didn't give him the dates.
Arkansas would not provide them paperwork showing that this block of land was shut off on these certain days. It is now.
It actually, now it shows on there because it was a big. Because we made kind of a stink about it.
Kind of a big deal.
No.
We were just absolutely pissed off.
I was mad. Yeah, we was pissed off. I got a $7 ticket, and really they could have probably got us a lot more trouble because they could have gave us a ticket for every bird we shot.
So we signed them off to give them to a
charity or something.
No,
they were like
a biologist.
Yeah.
So they shout out to those guys. They hooked us up. But we still kind of got.
There's no malicious intent in it, but that's how that was probably the first time you and Will met, wasn't it?
That morning.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
It was not a great experience, but he's a good dude.
Yeah. Other than his boat wouldn't run at the time, whatever.
Yeah. I think we could have walked
faster.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was bad. We were like, I don't even know what. He got a new motor on it. We're good to go now.
Yeah.
But,
I tell you what, shout out to Will and Sam. Those guys run that company.
Yeah. They're top.
And they never let us down.
No. Will works all the time.
We'll be like, hey, we're at the show. We're short. He's like, I'll have it there Thursday morning. And they're shipping boxes.
And if it's not, and if he can't get
cases
there,
of
he'll
coffee.
drive it.
Yeah.
He'll drive it.
Yeah, he's offered to drive it. Yeah,
I've seen him be like us hunting and him be like, dude, I got to go to freaking Colorado. I'm like, why? He's like, dude, freaking vendor, one of our guys is something wrong with this coffee machine or there's something wrong with this bean, so I'm taking him some more. And I'm like, that's crazy. He's like, I was like, why don't it ship? He's like, they got to have it today. And I'm like, good.
That was that shit in his plane?
Yeah, well, that was before they got the plane. They got the plane. So
kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Or bring the helicopter or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, they'll send us like 30 cases of coffee, and he'd be like, it will be there Thursday.
Yeah.
When we need it. And like,
well, you got
3 days notice.
Y'all got the right guys doing it.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Well, and you got a guy that's passionate about duck hunting. Sam, doesn't love.
That's
duck.
how we got
the guys who roast the beans are big duck hunters, and the guys that sell the coffee are big duck hunters.
Smash made in heaven.
Dude, such big duck hunters, especially Jay, that he doesn't even want to kill geese, dude.
Yeah, Jay has been complaining about all these geese we have.
I'm not been complaining.
Where are the ducks at, dude? Where are the ducks at?
I just like to shoot ducks.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm not a goose.
Let me let y'all know, ringneck population's looking amazing. Should be a great year for you blackjack lovers out there.
Yeah, we hadn't seen any or shot any.
We get a report on the coots. How are they looking this year?
Coots are thick. Coots are thick. Yeah. But they're down in North Dakota already. They're a little kind of skittish.
So shoot 15 a day.
And you can go shoot them on any lake in Texas if you want to.
Sweet. I I don't see them as much in Missouri.
Really? What they call Louisiana poodoo?
Oh, yeah,
poodoo.
Poodoo. Yeah, poodoo.
Shoot, they'll eat anything.
They
down
love
there.
poodoo. I've had some poodoo. That was very
Great.
good.
But you got to get it cooked by
Occasion.
Occasional.
a Kunas.
And then going back to cooking,
South of I-10.
Tonight the appetizer, Black Dog Outfitters.
Dude, that was very good.
Dude,
That was some of the
was
best duck
good.
I've ever had, honestly.
Duck,
Tender?
little
duck and
black,
speck.
little pepper.
What was the dip?
It was
Blue cheese.
basically blue cheese. Which I don't like blue cheese.
I
but
don't
it
like
tasted
blue
all
cheese.
good together.
That
It was
was
like a blue
amazing.
cheese
They-
dip.
it was their own
Yeah.
concoction. It was amazing.
It was great.
Yeah, it was very
great.
good. That was
Black Dog Outfitters, top notch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Highly recommend.
Dirty
Yes.
Duck, coffee, top notch.
Of course. Quack
The
Shack.
guys are
Black Shack
okay.
migration tour.
starting off
middle
great.
notch, middle notch,
Mediocre.
middle
No,
notch, mediocre.
don't sell yourself short.
Yeah.
Not even good.
Some people say they're the worst.
Probably
Delta
the worst.
Waterfowl,
Okay.
great. The guy who runs the Southern chapter,
Damn.
Man, throwing him under the bus.
hell,
Wow.
he knows we like him. He couldn't run in those bibs today, but I'm going to hook him up.
That's
You got some
right.
bibs. You know some people make bibs.
Well,
Maybe.
maybe.
Sometime down the road.
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
Thanks again. Like, seriously, for inviting us up here.
Yeah, I've had a ton.
Literally, what
awesome.
a place to start the migration tour, right?
Yeah, if we had started anywhere else, it'd been wrong because I don't even know what we were doing.
Yeah.
I was telling also, I was like, dude, you know, I told
It
him
just sounded great.
Well, I was telling him a minute ago, we should, like, we have the chance we could go to Sask. Like, when we leave here, we have people in Sask that we can go to, and then we go to North Dakota. I was like, dude, we should just do it. Like, let's just send it. Let's actually do the migration tour.
And then
we can
go to Oklahoma.
And, like, we had the right amount of, like, people, like you said, the right dates, so we have people going to these places. I was like, dude, we could just go smack them all the way down and actually do the
Would be
migration
ideal.
tour.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
But then again, we have wives, and he has kids, so, you know,
Yeah.
can't do that.
Yeah, I got soccer.
But man, you get worn
Things to
out.
go
Sometimes
to.
you need a little bit of break.
No, I don't need a break.
All right.
No.
Well,
Not if you can. That's one of our goals and most waterfowl hunter goals. Start in Canada and work your way down.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just saying like a day.
Oh, yeah, a day.
Couple days.
No, a couple. A day. You know,
Recoup.
I'll take a day.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
I'll be good.
Give me a Sunday.
We drive.
Let's go again.
We could drive to Sass
Tomorrow.
sleep in, have a good, nice, calm day.
Good, nice
and
Thursday.
then go hit it
Bang,
again.
bang, bang, bang.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can go about 2 weeks straight hunting every day. The hunting day or hunting morning and afternoon and then staying up late.
Yeah.
Like we have
It's not ideal,
is
but-
rough. It is rough. But like when we're guiding and stuff,
But we're-
we'll hunt.
What time are we
50,
leaving?
60 days, 5 a.m.
5 a.m.
No, I meant go to Sask.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Come on.
What time's y'all's flight tomorrow?
3:20.
Oh, good. We got all day.
All day.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well,
Yeah. Thank y'all again for inviting us up here. Thank you again for coming on the podcast. It's always good seeing y'all.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, it was good to get a hunt in.
Yeah.
Experience that side of things
And
together.
we're coming
to
to the Mounds
to
Vegas.
Mounds Vegas?
Mounds
Vegas,
Come
the
on.
Dirty Duck.
We got to get you up there
Yeah.
this year.
Absolutely.
And we need to really plan on our thing. We're not going to say a word about
Oh yeah, we got some breaking news down the road here.
it. Yeah.
Big
If it
news.
works out, it's going to be badass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So thank you again.
Yep.
And
You know what they're talking about?
Hey,
hey, listen, we got it. We got it.
Good.
We got it. But we got one more hunt in the morning.
yep.
Supposedly supposed to be a banger,
Yeah.
which would
Yeah.
be great to end it on, right?
Yeah.
But that, you know how them boys are from Oklahoma. I'm
They roll their joints all wrong.
That's
Yeah, they
that
do.
cross
Man, every
country
hunt
way,
we've
baby.
been on has been so good.
Yeah.
Great.
If tomorrow is a
Fraction of
skunk,
it, yep.
I would leave here going,
I'd still be happy.
it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
I've
Great.
shot so many birds. I mean, I've seen so many birds.
Yeah.
You know, hanging out with y'all, this is great. I'm like, I could not hunt tomorrow and be completely
Right.
happy. This
Me
has
and you
been,
both.
the whole experience up here with Black Dog Outfitters has been amazing.
Great.
And if it's up to me, I'm coming back next year.
Yeah. Yeah. That
If
would
it's
be
up to
sick.
me and you just invite us again, I'll definitely come back next year. I'll bid on it next year. How about that?
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We know some people. We can come up here one way or another. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in to the first episode of the Migration Tour presented by Gator Waders. this is going to come out before season starts. So if you're looking for a new pair of waders, we just dropped the Omega Zip waders that are fantastic. About almost a little more than half the price of any other wader out there, and the boots are fantastic. You should definitely try them out. We also have.
I've worn the competing waders, and they're amazing.
Yeah, so we also have some jackets we released, and then next year we have some insane item, a bunch of stuff coming out. So check them out, GatorWaders.com. Use code QuackShack10 at checkout. Thank you again for tuning in to another episode, or the first episode of the Migration Tour. We got a long way to go, and it's going to be better than last year.
I always try.
Tune in,
strive
okay?
to be best.
Subscribe. If you're watching this, subscribe.
Yeah, the 8,000 of you that listen that don't subscribe, y'all should probably hit that subscribe button, and that'd be really cool.
Maybe we should just do a tutorial on how to start to
subscribe
make a YouTube
page.
account.
Make sure you like and share.
Yeah.
Like and share for us, guys. Really appreciate
share,
it.
follow, comment, do all the good stuff. Follow Dirty Duck.
DirtyDuckCoffee.com.
Yeah.
Get your Dirty Duck on.
Dirty Duck Coffee on Instagram.
Yep.
TikTok, Facebooks, all those good things.
We're on the Snapshoots up here. We don't do the Snapshoots.
You got MySpace?
Oh, I did at one point.
I still know my login.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Was he one of your best friends on there who had some music and everything?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't think I had one. No, I didn't have a MySpaces.
Well, if you
I have 4 pictures on it.
Yeah, y'all even before MySpace. I forgot.
Seriously.
follow us on Instagram
fucking
at the
guys.
Quack Shack Podcast. We also have another page, the Migration Tour.
That's gonna be specifically for this.
Specifically for the Migration Tour, so y'all check that out too. And season's almost here. By the time you're watching this, it's probably 2-3 weeks away. Some of you are already
Probably
hunting.
be opening weekend probably for Texas at least.
No, it'll be out before then.
Be 2 weeks.
Yeah, Missouri.
3 weeks.
Missouri opens 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Monday.
Oh, Monday? These guys on top of it.
Monday, Tuesday, he said.
Okay, we'll see.
We got a good one.
As long as he doesn't delete the files, right?
Thank you again for tuning in. We love y'all. Subscribe. Oh, and real quick, it's probably going to be sold out by, if this is Monday, we have Quack Shack Migration Tour hats and shirts that are actually badass and great quality. So go support us.
Let's see the back again.
Yeah.
That's really great. Nice ass.
Dude, can you stop sexualizing
he must
him?
work out.
Can you stop sexualizing him, please?
Go buy the merch, tour merch and stickers, hats, shirts, and there's like a bundle deal you can get on there. And if you know me, message me and I'll give you a discount. But if you don't know me, don't message me. Okay? Just buy it. Bye.